Hello, I'm Spoo-e, and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. Now this game has been out for quite a while now. I do believe it's still in early access. However, the developers are far beyond abandoning this game. You'll be lucky if you go without a day where you don't have a 3 GB update or something for this game. It's crazy. Look, and here's our first dinosaur that you get to see, and it's one of the shittest. Moss chops, and they're pretty much good for nothing because they run away all the time. Watch, you're not even going to attack me. You're that scared. And you know what? Even if there's a fight, you run away, don't you? Huh? Even if you're set on aggressive as your behaviour. Yes. Right. As you probably saw at the corner of the camera, we have some sharks as well and some buildings floating on the water. These are megalodons that we got. There's my sperm. There's Terry. And there's George. Also, I want to warn you, if you are offended by any of these names, do know that we're not trying to attack anything or anyone. We are simply just having a giggle. It's called dark humour. If you're not a fan of dark humour, then please don't watch, because I can't be asked to change all of the dinosaurs' names, even though some of them, like George and Terry and Sperm, they're not bad. Okay? Right. We have here HMS Vote Leave. Now this was our original boat before we upgraded, and I'll show you our upgraded one. Oh yes, it had a ramp as well, this. Oh no, it didn't. Yeah, well yes it did. It had a ramp up here, so we could get our metal gathering dino on top, and we could just go over. This one, McGinger's ARK, was one that we just basically loaded up with loads of dinosaurs, and there's a turtle halfway through it. How is there so many of this? Oh, I don't know. Right. And obviously it's got a bigger ramp. You know, there's 2 floors to it, so obviously you're not going to get the bigger dinosaurs on the bottom, but at least you can get the smaller ones. Now this is our up-to-date boat. Oh, there's AIDS. There's one of them. There's one of the names. So as I said, if you're offended, please do not watch. We're not trying to make fun of that sexually transmitted disease. We're just having a giggle. So this thing has a ballista on top for dealing with massive great whales that come out of the water and just fuck you. So this is actually an electric or fuel powered boat, which is a motorboat. Which allows us to go a lot faster. Oh, there's stone in there. Not that we need it. And there's glass here so you can see out of, and if you're inside and not driving, you can sit down and watch. Isn't that nice? And this thing has a very big ramp at the top as well, as you've most likely seen. Right, let's get you inside, shall we? Because I don't like you being out here on your own. Door just gonna shovel that poo away. I hear fighting music. Don't know what that was all about. Right. Let's get you over here, AIDS. And I'm going to show you all of our dinos, because I may as well. Pet these. Oh, these are little, like, cute ones. Look at them. They do a little flip when... Oh, you just did a poo. How do I pat you? Oh, I've already done it. Right. This may seem a little disgusting, what I'm doing here. And let me just move this fucking T-Rex out of the way, because some oaf parked it there. I mean, in their defense, when I first started with this recording, I pressed the minus key just above my number pad, and the minus key is my recording key, right? And the recording key on ARK is also set all dinos to aggressive, so they all went a little mental. So I'm going to start from left to... oh, there's an egg here. I'm going to start from left to right. So we've got this weird... it's not your turn yet. So we have this Carnotaurus, and you could describe it as a T-Rex with... well, T-Rexes have fiddly little arms anyway, but these fiddly little arms go inwards, where the T-Rexes go outwards. I think you can see one of these creatures in the movie, the Disney movie Dinosaurs, I think it is, but that was years ago, but you can have a look. I always thought it was some weird version of a T-Rex. Then we've got this Baryonyx that we never named. It's a weird, like, crocodile slash Carnotaurus thing, 'cause it does weird twirls and stuff in the water. That's another Carnotaurus here. This is Terry. It's a raptor dodo bird thing. And these things can actually glide. So if you go off a mountain, you can actually glide and... yeah, not fall to your death. But you're horrible in bunches, aren't you, in the wild? Because you just come after people. And then we've got, obviously, the normal raptor. And you can see these in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. One of them. The kitchen scene. Because those toes there. I remember those toes just going dink, dink, dink on the floor. And then we've got Burb, which is a massive great eagle. Very much look-alike from Lord of the Rings, and they can pick up smaller dinos. Then we have Spikefuck, which is a Kentrosaurus, if I remember. And this thing has to be one of my favourites. You can't ride it. It's like one of the only dinosaurs you can't ride. And you can use it as a tank, and it's my favourite tank because when you attack this thing, your armour can break. So watch my health at the very bottom right corner of the screen. So you can actually see it's going down. Not by much, because I don't know what it is that you need to level these up in, but these do work effectively. Oh, great. Great. Fucking piranhas. I do apologise, John. Or whoever's thing that... look! What's this shit? We're almost finished on this server anyway, so he probably won't be too bothered. And he doesn't go underwater anyway. I reckon that was after I accidentally whistled them all to go aggressive. So yeah, as I was saying, spiky thing fucking hurts. And obviously we got the infamous T-Rex, also called Anal Master. There's not much stuff that I need to tell you about the T-Rex other than it's one of the greatest predators in dinosaur period land. And then we have Big Fucker, which is also a very notable dinosaur, which is a Brontosaurus, and he's massive. You also have a lot of stone on him. A lot of stone. And then there's Mr. Smegma. Woolly Mammoth. And I think they collect a lot of wood. Pretty sure they do. We've got one here called Guard. And you probably noticed that that one over there is also called Guard. That dinosaur. And the reason why it is because I had a theory, because we had dinosaurs keep getting into our base and killing some of our dinos, because we usually put them on passive to stop them from running everywhere. So I came up with an idea that I would put a few on aggressive so that these would defend the base, and we would know if our base was under attack, because obviously they're named guard, and if they die we will know that obviously something is going on at the front of the base. There's another one. This is a iguanodon, something-odon, and this thing you can toggle to run on its 2 back legs or all 4s, and it runs I think faster on all 4s, and its stamina doesn't drain them. It's 2 eggs. Also, they're quite decent at getting berries. Over here we have a beaver, and that is its real name that they're given. That's its dinosaur name, a castor something. Just going to bring him back over here. And beavers are the best at getting wood, obviously. And they also, I think it's either half or it quarters the actual weight for wood. So if you put wood, say a stack of 100 wood in me, that would weigh 50. If you put it in Mr. Smegma, that would weigh 50. If you put it in the Bronto, that would weigh 50. If you put it in Anal Master, it would weigh 50. Picking up more poo, and you'll see why a little later. But if you put it in the Beaver, I think it halves it or quarters it. So you've only got a quarter of what it weighs, or half of what it weighs. So it's very good. And then you've got Ryan No Sauce Ross, who is a woolly rhino. And these things I've not had the pleasure of riding a lot, and I probably should. His special attack is basically he charges and he doesn't stop for nothing. Not even if there's a tree in the way. If there's a tree in the way, it'll knock the tree over. Then we've got Urethra, and he is a very lovely white deer that looks like the deer that King Thranduil rides in The Hobbit. And these things are good at getting thatch, I do believe. And you can level up, so I'm just going to put some more stuff in you. This is a Gallimimus, which is a 2-seater mount, and can run extremely fast, and I'm just putting points in movement speed, to be honest. I probably shouldn't be, but I read somewhere that's quite funny that if you put on movement speed, so. Then we've got a sort of, it's basically a Triceratops without the tri-horns, and this thing is also like a tank, and it's got a couple of specials actually. So first of all I'm going to show you, and you probably won't be able to see because it's dark, so I'm going to change that. Set time of day 0900. Right, so the first attack is like a purple spray, and that I think causes animals to run away, or I think turn passive. So if they're attacking a load of your animals and you've got this thing with them, it basically, anything that's hitting those in that smoke turns passive. And then there's this red one, which makes any animals that are nearby attacking your stuff that are hit by the smoke to attack this thing instead, which is quite handy, quite unique. And then we've got the good old Triceratops, which is a good early game mount. It's very good at taking on dinosaurs. It can take on a Carnotaurus with ease because of the knockback that it does. And it's also quite good at getting thatch early game. And there's another egg. And we have this Ankylosaurus that you've seen before. The other one being called AIDS. The Ankylosaurus gathers metal, a lot of metal. I don't think it does the same amount of thorns damage as the Kentrosaurus. but it might do some. I think anything will. Then we've got Bullbuster, which is an armadillo, which can curl up into a ball, and you can ride about on a ball. Unfortunately, this is what he does when he levels up every time, puts you through the world. So you can roll about in this ball. You can't turn when you're in a ball, so you have to make sure that where you want to go is a straight line, because you can't turn. And this thing is very good at getting stone. Like, extremely good. Anyway, into my base. So you don't have to go up here. There's actually a few ways up here. One of the ways was, this thing used to be parked, and actually I might park him now. Is we used to park him here, so it's like a platform. And basically we use this Bronto to unload stuff. So say if we've gone to a journey on the raft, we would basically use the dinosaurs, use their weight limits, put all the stuff in that, and then put all the stuff in this thing. Because this thing has a lot of weight, as you can see. Oh, fuck. Steady now. Because then you can obviously get onto this thing, lay down, open his inventory, take some stuff out, get up and unload it on a dinosaur up here, and then take it to the house. So this is what this platform is all about. If you don't know what these things are, these are irrigation pipes going from the river to our base so that we have a supply of water all the time. This thing here is a lift. It can go up and down. So if you did go through that gate down there and you can't be asked to walk around, you can take this lift. It is powered by a generator also at our base, and then you can tell it to go up. And you can also tell it to stop as well. So you can have platforms at different heights, and you can tell it to stop, which is very, very handy. Like so. Then you got looking at this thing most likely called Quavers, who is a Quetzal. And the Quetzal is a flying mount that you can put a platform on. So he's much like the raft, where he's got a couple of ramps where we can put dinos on top of him and take things for a ride. Then we have the Pterodactyl, also called Fuck Off Moth, which is a very early and starting flying mount, and they're pretty much useless. And they're very harmless as well. I always thought that pterodactyls were aggressive, seeing as their name pterodactyl. But it's not spelt terror as you think. It's spelt with a P, I think. So now this missile silo, before we go inside, is a furnace and can smelt tons of metal. I mean, it looks like a missile silo. It's great. It's great. This is Woof. He is, I think, the only animal in ARK that you can ride without a saddle. So I can just get on him. He also has the most disgusting shit sound as shown. He's not ready to poo yet, you might hear it, but it's very diarrhea-like. Also, if you've got a pack of these, you get like a pack bonus too. I don't know what the pack bonus goes up to either. So it gets a little noisy in here, and there's one of my buddies knocked out. Knocked out, I say he's unconscious, he's logged off. So this is our generator that powers everything, and it uses fuel. This is a chemistry station that I've not played about with yet, and apparently it makes loads of stuff very easily and looks very nice. Then we've got my map that they've cheekily hidden away, so thank you very much. The map's just for I think tactical stuff. If you're looking at it, I think it just makes it easier. Then we've got the fabricator, which is used for high-end crafting for circuit boards, cables, armors, weapons, the lot. And structures, even including the lights, which you can see here. There's a light here. I don't know why we've not got a light down here. I think I might have destroyed it by accident. Then we've got a grill here that turns obviously a large amount of raw food into edible stuffs. Then we have some fridges that have a lot of eggs in that I am going to put stuff in as well. So we've got all these cupboards here that are overflow chests, and then there's our metal chest. There's a trophy there that you can't get legitimately anymore, which my friend spawned in because you can't get it, which is called a Dodo Rex, I think. And you can rename it as well. This is the forge that you get, which you use. It's basically the forge just before the fabricator, which you use to make all sorts of sort of like low end sort of stuff, like trank darts and armors, weapons and structures. Then we've got some safes here that have tons of fucking slots. I mean, it's huge. And obviously we have our storage here, and grass that also grows through the ground, and a storage box for spoiled meat, because there's actually a recipe for spoiled meat that we need. And here is our prize. This is our beer, and this is our beer making things. Oh look, Cameron, it's got beer liquid in here. Isn't that good? Look, got this beer that you can have that I might drink. So yeah, he had this all set up outside, I think in a very inconvenient place. No offence, Cameron. However, I took the liberty of moving it all in here, so he doesn't have to run as far now. And then we've got these two trophies that we did not do legitimately, that my friend spawned in. This one we did do legitimately. Actually, no, we did do this one legitimately, because when we fought this horrible big spider, the big gorilla was there too, so we had to fight two bosses in one. Here's a monkey. He's a good boy. He throws poo when he's on your shoulder. This is a tap. You can drink from it. You can also fill up your water flask if it's empty, but mine's full. This is a toilet, so you can poo on it, as shown. You can also flush it as well, and it adds fertilizer to your inventory, and I don't want fertilizer. And then you have some beds that you can spawn in. And if you look on the map, when you die, you can spawn pretty much anywhere you've got a bed, and if you rename the bed, you can easily pick which bed you want to spawn at. One of the dinos up here are quite offensive, so I'm not going to show you them. Here we have Donkey, which is a Carnotaurus slash one of those bird things that I showed you down at the beach, that's very good at getting thatch and excels at getting berries, and you can switch in between at which it gets. And here's my mum. Hello. And she's very pink. And then there's raw sausages. Now this is what I've been collecting. Oh look. So these are... Now have a pet. These are hyenas. I don't know what petting them does. I probably should look them up. But these things also have a pack bonus thing, as you can see. Here's mine, Zoophilia. And here's our Froggo, Beef Buffalo, which can do a series of tongue attacks and can jump quite reasonably high, and can turn chitin from bugs into cementing pastes straight away. Now you're thinking probably, why am I picking up all this poo? And there's a good reason behind that. Sewage. So in here, hidden away, is also another one of these things that we can pet and level up. And when you pet these things, it gives nearby dinosaurs an XP boost. So over here, I'm not sure how Dung McDanger has got into the wall, but I'm going to rescue him. And I don't know where the other one's gone actually, because there was 3. One of my friends have probably kidnapped it and taken it somewhere. Right. So these things you level up in weight, and basically you can load their inventory with poo. And the reason why you do that is because it produces fertilizer, which I'm not really doing because we're not doing plants, but it gives you oil as a resource, which is very good and is what we need for powering basically everything that we currently own. But because they're so small, they can't hold very much. So you level them up in weight. So this has been my base, and I'm going to give you a quick look at my base from the air. So it's a very defensible location because we've built it in sort of some ruins and cliffs. So that's the only ways that they can get in. And obviously the front is the most defensible. But then again, so's the back, because we've got like two or so T-Rexes. Anyway, that is all for ARK for now. But it's not the last you're going to see of ARK. I am soon going to start recording some ARK. Not on this server, but a brand new server on a public server. I'm not going to be playing it properly. I'm just going to be running about and pissing around, and you're going to be able to see some of the dinosaurs in action. You'll be able to see me peeing some people off, maybe. I'm not going to be toxic at all. I'm just going to be having one hell of a laugh. I might just punch one of their dinosaurs and run off, etc. I might throw poo at them, etc, etc. I might just do a load of weird stuff. I might even talk down the microphone, you know. Anyway, that was all for ARK for now. I hope you've liked my little base tour. Do like and subscribe if you want to see some more ARK. Same goes for any of the content I do. Do like and subscribe. Do follow me on Twitter. From there you'll be notified of any new games that I will be playing. You will also be notified of any life changes that may change the YouTube that I do. Also, you will be notified of any new games that I will be playing soon and when to expect them. So I will see you next time on ARK Survival Evolved. Bye!